Right now, a call for calm as Memphis awaits the release of body cam videos showing the violent arrest of Tyree Nichols. Plus, today is Holocaust Remembrance Day, how technology is connecting a new generation to a painful past. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. An alert day will bring significant snowfall to parts of southern Wisconsin tomorrow, so local communities are issuing snow emergencies to make it easier on plow crews. That means no parking on city streets in Evansville and Marshall Saturday and Sunday. Drivers in Stoughton will have to use alternate street parking Sunday through next Wednesday between 8 a.m. and midnight. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at the snowy forecast. The snow continues to fall today.
Yeah, we got to get actually through today, which still causes some issues with the wind. Actually, it's picked up too. So right now, a cold front's coming through. Showers are kind of on the backside of Madison to the west, so we're starting to see that decrease. But still, you're going to have on and off showers, and those winds are blowing that snow around. There's your wind gust, mainly on the southwest, but they're turning northwest further back. So something to keep in mind. On visibility, 1.5 to 2 miles. There is some blowing, also drifting across the road. So that's something we have to contend with at least through this afternoon before we get to the snow tomorrow. Big picture, you can show we got the clearing to the west. That is the indication that the front is getting through here, so probably a few more hours of the snow. The winds will still be there. They'll decrease overnight. Bigger picture to the west, that is the system. Kind of hard to see. It's out in the Rockies. That's going to begin to push into the plains here later tonight. That's the one that we're going to be watching for. More snow tomorrow. That's the thing that has it. Right now, temperatures that we saw, mid-20s right now. We're seeing those as we zoom in. Around the same temperature right now. We have come up, so that is helping the road conditions. But once again, if that snow blows right back over the road, it can refreeze without trafficking on it. So that's what we're dealing with today. We'll eventually end this snow later tonight, and then things will turn around. Like I said, drifting of snow through tonight. Still, those winds will continue, but the snow should end. And then, like you said, the alert day comes up tomorrow. That is because there is your winter weather advisories. We'll probably see more of that this afternoon being extended, but for right now, it's just to the west. We'll see 2 to 5 inches. Where that band sets up is going to be critical. It's going to be a very narrow band of heavier snow. It's usually in the southern Wisconsin third, but still some questions on exactly where it will be. But that is in effect through tomorrow night. I'll break down when to expect that, when it'll end, and what those temperatures look like for next week, which are going to be cold.
All right, winter is here.
Winter's here.
All right, Greg, we'll check back. Thank you. Looking at the 511 map, you can see there are slippery stretches and snow-covered roads all across Madison and outside of the city. If you're heading out today, make sure to drive carefully and take your time. And stay up to date on the latest conditions in your area on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has school closings, hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. Breaking news this afternoon, the Middleton Cross Plains School District is working with police to investigate harassment allegations within the high school football program. In a statement to News 3, a district spokesperson said the district couldn't share details on the nature of the allegations or who is involved because of the circumstances of the case. The district notified families about the allegations in a letter. School officials are asking parents to talk to their students to encourage them to share information that might help the investigation. You can read the full statement on channel3000.com. The city of Memphis is preparing for possible unrest as the public awaits the release of video of police officers' confrontation with Tyree Nichols. Nichols died 3 days later. Jared Hill has the latest.
As Memphis braces for the release of police video showing the officers' violent confrontation with Tyree Nichols, prosecutors explained why it was important to set expectations and appeal for calm beforehand.
When people actually see with their own eyes the kinds of things that occurred in this incident, there's an even greater potential, I think, for a very serious public reaction.
Nichols' family says the 29-year-old was restrained, beaten, tased, and pepper sprayed after being pulled over near his home in Memphis on January 7th. He died in the hospital 3 days later.
I'm sickened by what I saw.
The 5 officers involved in the traffic stop were fired and now face felony charges, including second-degree murder, aggravated assault, and official misconduct. Lawyers for 2 of the former officers said their clients will plead not guilty.
He could not be more upset about this entire situation. To be accused of being involved in the death of another is devastating to him.
Local officials chose to wait until after the school and business day was done to release this footage. Memphis area schools, in fact, canceled all after-class activities preemptively. At a vigil Thursday night, Tyree Nichols' mother called for peaceful protests.
I don't want us burning up our cities, tearing up the streets, because that's not what my son stood for.
Nichols' family will hold a funeral for the father, FedEx worker, and avid skateboarder next week. Jared Hill, CBS News, Memphis.
And 4 of the 5 former officers charged in Nichols' death have been released on bond. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes reacting to the case. In a statement, Barnes says, quote, "As a police officer, I am angered at the unwillingness of my profession to learn from the past and the refusal to accept that we, as police officers, must protect all people, even those who are involved in criminal activity," end quote. Barnes added that he applauds the Memphis Police Department for firing the officers involved in Nichols' death. As the world marks International Holocaust Remembrance Day, historians are turning to technology to teach young people about the dark chapter of history. Auschwitz Nazi death camp was liberated 78 years ago today. 6 million Jews and at least 5 million other people died at the hands of the Nazi death machine during World War II. A new project offers a virtual reality tour of the camp, aiming to educate young people about the horrors of the Holocaust. An Israeli charity group is also using artificial intelligence to bring stories of survivors to life. The software generates images portraying the emotion and trauma survivors faced.
Each one of them have a unique story, and they have been through terrifying stuff, but they are still alive today.
A 50-state survey on Holocaust knowledge back in 2020 revealed that 1 in 10 U.S. adults under the age of 40 could not recall hearing the word Holocaust before, and 63% didn't know the scope of the atrocities. An important programming note, CBS is carrying live coverage of the PGA Farmers Insurance Golf Tournament today, starting at 4 p.m. That means Live at 4 and News 3 Now at 5 and 6 are being shifted to our sister station, Television Wisconsin. That's digital channel 3.2 over there. You can also find the newscast on channel 14 on Spectrum, and DirecTV is channel 605. Those newscasts will also be streamed on channel 3000 and channel 3000 plus streaming devices. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. There's new data on the number of vehicle thefts during the pandemic. Plus, President Biden praises new data from the Commerce Department. The Money Watch report is next.
Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep on the most recommended mattress in America? Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Right now, Queen Tempur-Pedics start at just $40 per month when you use Steinhaffel's 72-month financing. It's time you got a great night's sleep. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's.
Do you have a coffee smile? Drinking coffee causes yellow teeth for thousands of people just like you. And whitening toothpaste just doesn't make those stains go away. Introducing Power Swabs, the first teeth whitening system that lifts coffee stains off your teeth in less than 5 minutes without whitening strips or trays.
The Power Swabs were so easy to use. I don't have to have strips sitting on my face for an hour. I don't have to have a foam tray where I feel like I'm going to gag or I'm going to go play football. I've tried like every over-the-counter whitening because, you know, I'm one of those people that's like obsessed with white teeth.
So with the strips I've used in the past, most of them are like you got to leave it on for 30 minutes and the whole experience is just not comfortable. But with Power Swabs, I just snapped it open and rubbed it on and it was good to go.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
The Secret is a tooth detergent and whitening agent developed by Dr. Martin Ginneker that lifts stains off of your teeth. Power Swabs remove stains on natural teeth, veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. The best part is you just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and you'll have whiter teeth. No more sitting at home with a whitening strip or tray in your mouth for 30 minutes twice a day.
When I use these whitening strips, I noticed when I would drink, I would get this crazy sensitivity. It would go right to my brain, and I'm like, I hate this. So why do I have to go through the monstrosity of this pain just because I want to whiten my teeth. With power swabs, there was zero sensitivity.
Within the first day with the power swab, I noticed there was a difference. I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Whiten your teeth this new year by ordering power swabs and receive up to 50% off the regular price. Yes, 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free Quick Stick pen. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
Surgenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable, Surgenian's.
New Commerce Department data shows the nation's GDP grew a solid 2.9% in the fourth quarter of last year. That despite high inflation and rising interest rates. But that number, which measures the sum of the U.S. economy's goods and services, is slightly lower than the previous quarter's 3.2%. And some economists still say the U.S. could be headed for a recession this year. During a major economic speech, President Biden praised the report Thursday as very good news. GDP for the year increased 2.1% over 2021. New alarming analysis now shows that motor vehicle thefts in the U.S. increased more than 50% from 2019 to last year. That's according to the Council on Criminal Justice, which conducted the survey across 30 cities. There was a pronounced spike at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, with the number of thefts more than doubling in 8 cities and tripling in Memphis and Chicago. Car thefts cost Americans tens of billions of dollars each year. And the free ride is coming to an end for people who use borrowed passwords to watch Netflix. In its latest earnings report, the streaming service says near the end of this fiscal quarter, it'll begin charging subscribers who share their account outside their household. That puts the crackdown date sometime before the end of March. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial's up 81 points. The NASDAQ up 110. The S&P 500 up 12. Our call for action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Coming up, Pam has today's egg prices, and Greg has the weekend forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we'll check out the new rom-com hitting theaters, Maybe I Do, starring Richard Gere and Emma Roberts. That's coming up at 4.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Spark inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo. Chat with local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Browse kitchen, bath, and new home construction trends. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for more information.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Lean back and save big this winter at the Century House. Right now, save hundreds going from one grade of stressless leather to a superior grade for free. Or save $300 and get a free battery when you purchase any stressless mic or stressless max motorized recliner or any stressless classic power recliner. Don't miss out. Shop the Century House. 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, my friend and Idol alum, Catherine McPhee Foster.
Wow, I could get used to this.
Plus, Samara Joy is singing for us.
Guess who I saw? On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. A local woman with no climbing experience tackles mighty Mount Kilimanjaro.
What in the world have I gotten into?
In a News 3 Now exclusive, Arman Rahman traces her path and shares her advice to others who dream big. Sunday at 10. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report as we wrap up another week.
Yeah, busy weekend for some folks around the state of Wisconsin, though, Mark. I hope they have safe travels heading to Manitowoc. The Wisconsin Outstanding Young Farmer Awards weekend is unfolding up at the Holiday Inn in Manitowoc. Wisconsin's got 8 different groups that are going to be competing for the opportunity to represent the state at the National Outstanding Young Farmer Awards weekend, which Wisconsin's going to be hosting in Appleton. That's coming up in mid-February. What they'll do is be basically interviewed by a panel of judges, talk a little bit about their conservation philosophies and practices, how they're involved in the community. They'll also talk a little bit about some of the plans that they're making for the future in agriculture, and they will be evaluated on how well they speak up for the industry. The Outstanding Young Farmer Award started with Wisconsin back some 30 more years ago, and like I said, we're looking forward to hosting the National Outstanding Young Farmer Awards. That's going to be check that again. That's going to be mid-February in Appleton. How about that? Hey, we've been talking for a while now about the high cost on eggs. I just want to let people know I'm kind of keeping an eye on what's happening with avian influenza. Believe it or not, earlier this week, there was a big outbreak in Tennessee. More than 267,000 birds that were euthanized because of avian influenza. These were not egg-laying birds. These were broilers. So now all of a sudden we have to start considering not only the high price of eggs, but if we see massive outbreaks in some of those poultry farms that are basically lined up for the meat side, the poultry you look for in the grocery store, you could see those prices starting to escalate as well. Like I said, I was a little surprised to know that there's so many outbreaks still being tracked by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Tracking the dairy prices for you today. Barrel cheese in Chicago finishes the week down 3 3/4 cents at $1.55 1/4. 40-pound block cheese stood still at $1.96. AA butter, the positive commodity today, up 1/2 cent, $2.27 1/4. So like I said, roads are a little slick out there right now, but I saw a bunch of our Dane County crew that are out there helping with transportation issues. I just hope all those folks headed to Manitowoc have safe travels and enjoy the weekend.
Absolutely. You as well, Pam.
You too. See you later.
Well, scientists are turning to rats. They're turning them into detectives. They're being trained to sniff out and detect tuberculosis, an infectious killer that takes more than 1 million lives every year. CBS's Dan Lieberman reports.
Scientists in Tanzania are using these giant pouched rats to sniff out tuberculosis, thanks to their superior sense of smell.
These are special cells within the lining of our nasal passages which pick up on scents. Rats tend to have 50% of the lining covered by the scent receptors, while humans only have about 5% of the lining covered with scent receptors.
It's these receptors that enable the rats to detect scents faster, with the potential to save lives.
The conventional laboratory techniques can take anywhere from 2 hours to even 14 days per sample, while the rats would be able to accomplish testing of 50 samples within 2 hours.
And researchers say the rats are accurate. Their studies show the animal's smell test can be even more accurate than standard bacteria culture tests. In addition, rats can detect TB in people living with HIV.
They can easily identify tuberculosis in people living with HIV, keeping in mind that these people living with HIV, it's very difficult to be diagnosed by the standard test.
Tuberculosis killed nearly 200,000 people living with HIV in 2021. Scientists hope the World Health Organization approves their method of TB testing soon. Dan Lieberman, CBS News, New York.
Well, an alert day is in the forecast for accumulating snow tomorrow. Let's check back with Greg for the latest.
Yeah, the snow continues to pile up. We got another system coming through. This one probably is the best chance for accumulating snow right now. Right now, we're leaving this system. This cold front is pushing east, so we picked up a little bit here, but that is exiting strong with the strong winds. The next system is already diving south. You can see it going towards southwest U.S., but it's going to start to push east and eventually then come into the plains here later tonight. So that's the system we're going to watch. It produces snowfall. Most of the heavier stuff will stay to the south. It's going to be a pretty good system that's going to pass through the east, but we're going to be on the north side of it, so that's where we're going to see the snow. Like I said, a pretty good chance that we're going to see accumulating snow here. Overall, you see we should have some clear skies, or at least scatter out a little bit tonight, allowing the temperatures to drop. But here you can see that system begin to push across southern South Dakota. It'll spread over Iowa. You can see the turn with the low pressure down here in Kansas. We'll be on the back edge. That'll slide across in the morning hours. And then we have two waves. That first wave comes across, and then you'll see another wave kind of develop right there. That second one, we'll see if that persists and keeps the snow going all throughout Saturday night, or if that doesn't happen and stays to our south, we may end the snow a little bit earlier. But we should stay on the north side of this system. Severe weather, heavier rain to the south with this. It's a pretty intense system that's going to be coming through. So if we zoom in, those northwest winds will continue overnight, so even that snow on the ground may still blow around or at least drift on areas of roads as these showers begin to end this afternoon. Temperatures around freezing, but then they'll start to fall. You can see the scattered clouds really start to scatter out a little bit overnight, so we might drop down into about the teens. Northwest winds will start decreasing overnight once we get past midnight. You can see you wake up tomorrow morning as we get there. The snow will start to spread here just as we get over past 3 or 4. You'll start seeing it. There it comes. Hitting areas of southwest Wisconsin around 6. Madison will be a few hours later towards maybe 9. And then places to the east more like 10 to 11. But that snow should continue as we work this way all the way out. It continues all the way through afternoon. And then once we get past 5 or 6 is when we're going to see if we're going to get that second wave, if it's going to form here or further east. So we may see the snow taper off a little bit. There's an opportunity that second wave doesn't happen, that we actually might stop the snow later in the afternoon or evening and then end and switch over a little bit. There's another scenario helping here. So it's a really tricky situation of exactly where that snow and heaviest band will line up. But right now we're thinking 1 to 3, basically north of US 14, 3 to 5 for south of 14, all the way down to northern Illinois. The best potential right now for probably getting that 5 or even more is probably around Platteville down to Janesville, probably stretching just short of Kenosha too. This has kind of shifted a little bit further north in the last 6 hours. So once again, it's going to be a very narrow band. If you go much further than the Dells, you might not pick up anything like a ½ inch to an inch. But if you go right down south, you might have a narrow band that picks up maybe 6 or more too. So something to keep tune of. We'll change this as we get closer to the event. But something you wake up tomorrow morning definitely to pay attention to exactly where that heavy snow band will set up. Winds won't be a problem with this. The thing is, the temperatures will be in the middle teens, so salt is definitely not going to be an issue with this, that will not be able to use it. So overall, as you look at the extended, once we get past, it's going to be cold the end of the weekend and begin next week with temperatures in the teens. We'll probably have sub-zero lows depending on how we clear out each of these nights, but I think Tuesday morning is the coldest as of right now. Wind chills could be a factor because the winds will be continuing to blow off and on, and then we moderate. Towards the end of next week, it's looking a little warmer for Jimmy now. Mid-teens, upper teens. I think yesterday we're going more single digits, so it won't be as bad. But we just got to get through this next probably 48 hours, or at least the next 36 hours for the snow, and then we should probably be good to go.
So you have errands to run tomorrow, get them done early.
I would recommend that as early as you possibly can, yes, because like I said, it's going to be teens, so salt is not really going to be a big factor tomorrow with the snow coming down.
Unfortunately, it's a Saturday, so yeah, that'll help.
That's true.
All right, thank you, Greg. Up next, let's see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Whether you dunk them, squish them, or crush them, graham crackers are part of our lives. And just wait until you see what else we can do with them.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Need to update your furniture? Menards has the furniture you need in stock. Plus, you get a free rug. That's right. Buy any upholstered living room furniture at $2.99 or more and get a free 5x7 area rug. That's $149.99 in savings. Need a new chair? How about a sectional, a new recliner, or love seat? Buy one today, get a free rug. Hurry up. Get to Menards before they're gone. In-store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards. Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our New Year's Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 this New Year at plexidermtrial.com.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. This New Year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. So if under-eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this New Year and see that younger-looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
If you're like most people, you've probably dunked them in milk, sandwiched a toasted marshmallow and chocolate bar between them, or crushed them up to make a buttery pie crust. Of course, I'm talking about graham crackers. And today, I want to share one of our top-rated recipes that'll take them to a whole new level. We start by combining a package of instant vanilla pudding with some milk. Once it starts to thicken up, we fold in a container of whipped topping. At this point, it's pretty hard not to grab a fingerful right from the bowl. Now we line the bottom of a 9x13 pan with some graham crackers and spoon half of the vanilla cream over them. More crackers go on top, followed by the rest of the cream and another layer of crackers. It's kind of like making lasagna. To finish it off, we'll spread the top with a can of chocolate frosting. Once it chills and the graham crackers sort of soften up, it's done. With each piece, you get the taste of a bakery-style eclair without all the work. To get your hands on this all-star favorite, all you have to do is go to our website and look for chocolate eclair cake. I promise you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a layer after layer way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Greg's back now with a final check of the weather.
Yeah, don't forget, we still got the snow today, something to keep in mind for the showers this afternoon. So although we're kind of focused on tomorrow, we still got the stuff this afternoon to contend with. Drifting of the snow, that wind will continue, gusts to 25, even 30 in some locations. Snow ends, the next round continues about tomorrow, about 6 a.m., maybe more 9 to 10 for Madison. Overall, there's your temperatures will kind of cool down, scatter out a little bit, and those winds will start to die down later tonight. The alert day for tomorrow is for that snow, really from 6 a.m. tomorrow through maybe tomorrow night, 2 to 5 inches. I think the heaviest may fall between 10 and 2, but that could change, so just keep informed.
All right. Stay tuned. Thanks, Greg. We'll see you back here at 4, streaming on channel 3.2 at 4 o'clock.